Hey everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day. And this might be one of the most bullish, really, Ethereum pump. Wow, getting into 2400. You guys know I was talking about that. I just felt that like that's the zone for a signal potentially for altcoin season as Bitcoin kind of consolidates. This is typically the pattern that we see. Bitcoin moves up a couple times, and then of course we have a little bit of lagging from Ethereum, and then of course then we get Bitcoin pull back a little bit, consolidate. And then Ethereum moves, and that's kind of what we're seeing today. So is it going to be moving forward? Looks pretty good at the moment, and of course it's kind of the trigger line for me, so we'll see how it plays out, but so far so good. Now we're also going to be talking about internet money final audits before commercial release. That's going to be major for internet money, and of course it'll be something I'll be able to talk about a lot more as it comes out of beta. So they got final audits. We're going to talk about that. Now we've got the biggest thing, of course, out as well. We got Tetra limit orders live for Pulsechain. Of course, Tetra's there. Tetra running a DEX aggregator, and of course, running through PulseX and PHUX and others probably in time. So, going to be pretty amazing. Limit orders for that. So it's going to be really, really cool. We're going to look at some of the pros and cons. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now we may be possibly queuing up a live stream with Jacob again from PUSD Algo for tomorrow possibly, so stay tuned for that. We're also going to probably have in the second half of December the second live stream with him, so we're doing quite a bit of content there. That's going to be covering, as far as I know, unless we get some surprise tomorrow, we will probably be covering that in the third interview, which will be later in December there for TYCZ, TRH, and what's the other one? I'm missing one. It's TRH, TYCZ, and what is it, guys? Is it? It's a Pulsepot. That's it. Pulsepot. Thanks very much. And you guys would tell me. I just had to ask you guys, and you guys would tell me. All right. There's enough delusion right there because you guys can't actually speak back to me unless you're in the studio. So that's kind of cool. And the other thing, of course, queuing up. Yes, you thought that's awesome. We're going to queue up. Like Jacob's one of the most innovative guys in Pulsechain DeFi. Just absolutely gunning it with his superstar team. But we're also going to have potentially liquid loans coming up. So stay tuned for that. That could be an interview coming up for next week. So stay tuned, looking for that one. That is coming, liquid loans. So we're going to be beastie boying it with all the big stablecoin providers. A really big deal. We've got to have strong native stablecoin providers and different mechanisms for making money out of those too. So that's going to be really bullish. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk about. I'm going to ask them some questions no one else has asked because apparently no one else understands economics out there. But we're going to be asking them some stuff about that. So stay tuned. You're going to enjoy that. All right. So we're going to go up to the top here and we're going to get into Sandy Beach in the house. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. We got Creepy Coin. Hello. Good to see you, Creepy Coin. We got Joey Torres as well. What's up? Well, what's up? Okay, so you guys know I'm going my walk, right? So I'm going my walk because Sandy Beach has, told us get out there and get fit. That's how it works. And I meet a mega movie star today. I could not believe my eyes. I could not believe it's like something you just don't like, wow. I mean, they're just humans like us, right? There's people. But man, when you actually see them, and this person has an extensive career, one of the living legends in the world of acting and real quality stuff. None of this woke crap, but real quality stuff. And man, I couldn't believe it. And I ended up having a conversation that was hilarious. It was hilarious. And of course, with my varied background, also in performing arts, it was quite the conversation there. And man, did I have a good time. It was awesome. Anyway, I was almost late for the live stream. It was so awesome. So yeah, really, it was kind of surreal. from that point of view. And I was a big fan as well. I've been a movie buff for years and years and years, up until recent years, until the woke period started destroying movies. I was really a big advocate of movies. I could go all the time, every weekend, and watch a movie. Really, really cool. Anyway, it was such a privilege, and man, some out of some famous movies, and his acting is absolutely stellar. I wish I could tell you who it was. I wish I could tell. I'm not going to tell because it might give it away a little bit there, but it was pretty awesome. Sandy Beach says, hi, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. Brennan as well. Out season incoming. I like it. I like it, Brennan. Hex My Pulse says, what's up, y'all? Good to see you. Crypto Dan as well. Hi, all. Hope everybody is doing good. We are doing well. Yeah, the other cool thing is it's like a summer's day. We're in summer now, and it was like a summer's day out there. It was such a perfect time. And there I was walking along, and man, that was so much fun. Made my walk today extra good. Tin Top in there. What's up, Hexkin? See you. Good to see you, Tin Top. What's up? We got Banana Junkie. Big shout out to Jacob. Staying calm in a crazy X space isn't easy. Man, that crazy. Now you might have wondered what I was actually streaming the X space yesterday, but it was so badly run, and there was some weirdos on there with some ignorant questions. I just could not believe it. I had to pull it off. It is such poor quality. They are just completely ignorant of the protocol, completely in there with their just lack of knowledge. These are real low IQ individuals. They're kind of the people that go around trolling and just don't learn anything. So I had to pull that off. It was just horrible. But we're going to try and get Jacob in tomorrow with a proper format where you actually ask proper questions. You get your questions answered. You actually get the visual as well. The visual is very important for people to follow the complexities of the protocol. And so we're going to be doing that. Now, I have been editing some of the clips from the first video. I'm going to be putting those up as well. And then we're going to get into the second part. So we will be covering Algo PUSD later on. And I've got a couple comments to make about that. So we're going to get in there too. Pulsepot says, Brennan, that's come down the line for sure. Now that Fetch Oracle. So Pulsepot relied on Fetch Oracle. Fetch Oracle is out. Liquid Loans is launched. We're waiting for Power City, Pulsepot, and several others as well, like Win-Win coming down the line there. Was it a famous Wookiee? No, it wasn't a famous Wookiee, but funny enough, I did see a Wookiee come up on my YouTube with some music, and I thought that was pretty funny. I was going to tell Wookiee about that, but Wookiee is a bit busy at the moment. Congrats, Hex Token. Thanks for onboarding Tom Cruise. Yeah, it was not quite Tom Cruise, but it was definitely an A-lister. It was definitely an A-lister. It wasn't Tom Cruise. I'd say Tom Cruise is kind of out there by himself, right? I mean, what's he done? Like 55, 60 major movies? Is it something like that? Yeah, it's not Tom Cruise, but this is I would say it's a living legend. Like you're thinking, think of some of the famous ones. It's Tom's still, well, Tom's getting, he's getting mature. He's still young relative to the living legends. I'd say he's still got a few, maybe a decade at least before he gets up there. Maybe 2 decades. Adam's in the house there. Hello, fellow Hexkins. I think Pillars Rockets back now. I do too, Adam. I think it's looking good. The Ethereum altcoin season could really start kicking, and we're going to get up to the Pulsechain prices soon. Wow. Was it Acroman? Good question, Brennan. Was it Acroman? No, it wasn't Acroman. Isn't he in California now? And of course, he was he Hawaiian out of New Zealand? I think something like that. His background. Tin Top's in the house there. That X space seemed very hostile, but they did raise some concerns. Seems as if everything was green and pumping. They would have been celebrating Jacob and his efforts. Yeah, I did not. Honestly, Tin Top, they were just ignorant. They were really ignorant. And some of the questions, they do not understand stablecoins and how values created with stablecoins. They were just so ignorant, dude. Honestly, it was just, man, poor. Anyway, so I just, it was cringe, man. It was cringe. And there was some really aggressive, you don't need to be aggressive when you're asking questions. There's no need to be hostile and aggressive. I mean, so much serious. I mean, these guys come in, they think they're like, I don't know. It's like, I made a really good analogy yesterday. I can't remember it now, but it was pretty funny. A green Tin Top, people are hurting, says Brennan. Yeah, maybe there's a bit of that in there. I get that. Maybe there's a bit of that in there. Hey, Brennan, says Sandy Beach. And Sandy Beach says, there's a new movie with Acroman. I was there. Okay, I'm going to check out the preview for that. We've got Harry Williams as well. Yo. Good to see Harry Williams. And welcome to the chat as well. All right, should we get into it? We've got lots to talk about, man. We've got lots to talk about. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, and girls, around the world. Let us go. All right, let's go, man. I don't know what's happening today on this live stream, but I'm going crazy, man. I'm going crazy. All right, let's bring in the stream and let's do it. And man, oh man, that was a fun day today. Just kicking it off, man, oh man, that was so fun. All right, let's get into the stock market. Stock market has been pumping. And of course, let's have a quick look. We're going to do 2-minute stock market talk. Is that pretty much it? I think so. Dow Jones ekes out win as Alphabet, AMD, and Rally offsets energy slump. And so let's have a look at the markets there. We've got the Dow Jones. Remember, the Dow Jones is the top 30 industrials in the United States. It is up 0.17%, 63 points to 36,117. We've got the S&P 500 is up 0.8%, 36 points to 4,585. And I keep saying every day, remember it was weeks and weeks ago now that Fundstrat manager Tom Lee said that it was going to go towards 4,800. So it's been heading towards that direction quite nicely before Christmas time. NASDAQ there is up 1.37%. So the techs really did lead the way there, up 193 points to 14,339. Looking pretty good. Volatility index was up a little bit, and the US dollar is down a little bit. That US dollar pivot, that's what we're going to watch out for with the interest rates, right? Coming up. Keep a lookout for that because that could be a real spear on for the commodities as well. We've got West Texas and Brent oil. They were down a little bit yesterday, I think it was, and they're up today a little bit, about a 0.25%, about 15 cents each to just under $70 for West Texas, $74 for Brent oil there. Now, if you're not familiar with oil prices, I used to trade a bit of oil prices, and there are different prices around the world depending on where you're going. You know, there's lots of sub prices around. Anyway, so gold there is pretty much flat at 2,044, but looking pretty good. If we go to the max period for gold, go look at that. All-time highs here. And, of course, people have been calling for $3,000 gold. Imagine if it gets there. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. Anyway, silver there is at $24. That's had a good run as well. And, of course, people are talking about if the interest rates pivot and the US dollar depreciates versus its trading partners, then silver could really rally. And there's some people talking about like 4 or 5 X's on silver, the poor man's gold, as we say, the poor man's gold. Make sure you pick up some silver. Make sure you pick some silver. All right. What else we got going? We're going to get into some of the stuff here. Dow Jones closed just higher Thursday as tech-led rally underpinned by Alphabet and AMD offset losses in energy stocks ahead of the monthly jobs report due Friday. So that's really what happened there. Tech-led rally led by Alphabet and AMD and offset energy stocks ahead of the monthly job reports on Friday. So that job report's going to be really important. Why? Because the Fed is trading off. What is it trading off? Trading off inflation for jobs. That's what it's doing. And of course, we want a soft landing as much as possible. And of course, they're going to try and prop it up as much as possible too for the election next year because they're doing so badly. They're doing so badly because they are just horrible people doing horrible things to Americans. So there we go. We got labor market data in focus ahead of non-farm payrolls. Data on Thursday showed that the number of Americans who filed for the first time unemployment aid came in at a seasonally adjusted 220,000 last week, marking a slight uptick from 219,000 for the week ended November the 25th. Economists had expected a reading of 222,000. The latest figures added to a string of recent data pointing to soft labor market, though the non-farm payrolls report for November will take center stage. And economists expect that the economy created 180,000 new jobs last month, with the unemployment rate likely steady at 3.9%. Average hourly earnings, however, are expected to have increased by 0.1%, which is obviously inflationary, but that's the way it goes. So trading off inflation for jobs, that's pretty much it. And we're seeing a softer labor market, so that's heading in the right direction for our interest rate pivot. And why do we care about interest rate pivot? Because obviously we want markets to do well in a lower interest rate environment, and we don't want the real economy to get smashed like property market, right? So it's kind of the things that matter. Let's go to the Fed rate monitor there. Also fetch corporates earnings as well. Obviously their cost of capital and of course their consumer demand as well for their products and services. So what do we got here? We got interest rates, 5 days and 18 hours to go until the next Fed meeting, the final one for December 13th of the year. So the last one for 2023, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, so we got the labor market jobs coming out tomorrow. That's US time, of course. And it's already Friday here down under because we're already in the future. It's real tricky, I'll tell you what, if you're not in the same time zone as the American data stuff coming out. Sometimes I forget about it. So 5 days and 18 hours to go for that. But we've got the Fed here, no change. No change at 98.5%. We've even got 1.6% thinking there's a pivot. Now, I would fire those people. But hey, that's just the way it goes. Let's not be too harsh. It is Christmas time coming up. So let's be here. We got January. We got people looking at Fed pivot even more. Their data's getting stronger because that labor market numbers are coming in. Tomorrow will be really interesting to see what the Fed monitor does after that. And of course, March also looking pretty much like that as well. The majority of people are expecting a pivot in March, so it's getting earlier and earlier. Remember, we start off with like July, right? Start off with like July, and now we're talking about even March. I still think that May is probably the most likely earliest time, and we've got the majority of the market in May as well. So I kind of agree with that. I think that's going to be the play. The other thing, of course, if you're a monetarist, and then you probably think that really the Fed doesn't know what it's doing, and I agree, and that really it's the monetary supply that's driving a lot of this inflation. So there we go. All right, let's move on from that. That is the stock market, recently good day. And good news for the Fed, and yeah, kind of cool. Let's jump on to crypto. BTC, of course, $43,014. Ethereum there up 5.32%. So Bitcoin down 1.1%. And Bitcoin was looking really bullish last night before I tuned in for the evening. It was like up at near 44,000. So it's cooled off a lot there. But then Ethereum took the lead. And of course, the Bitcoin dominance going to fall now, right? When the altcoin season comes on. Got up to 51.82% at the moment. I think got up 52%. On the dominance, and Ethereum now is at 2,355. Now, it's not quite fully confirmed in there, depending on if you look at like the Bitcoin seasons. It still shows Bitcoin season rather than altcoin season, but it's definitely starting to flip over, starting to pivot over to Ethereum. And of course, Ethereum price may just very well lead the way there. Up 5.33%, looking really, really good. Solana, of course, the dog chain. I'm just kidding, man. It is up 8.1%. That's doing okay. BNB should have a really rally. BNB is probably going to be a bit slow because of all the stuff around CZ and all that. But actually, the tokenomics is still pretty good. So we'll see how that goes. Probably have a late move in my guess. XRP is pretty much up, and ADA is up there as well. Good old Charles Hodgkinson there. He keeps doing his YouTube streams. You can check those out. That's ticking away there as well. I think ADA's been kind of disappointment, but you know, once altcoin season, they're all going to go, aren't they? They're all going to move up. It's just the way it goes. Optimism is up 26%. So that probably does well for you. If you're on Zen, Zen on Optimism, it does 10 days in 1 day. So that's actually probably going to be pretty bullish for the old Zen on Optimism there. $2.17 plus Zenify's launch, right? You guys seen the Zenify charts? The XNF, man, that thing is just sick. Of course, you can't trade it yourself, but it is pretty impressive the way they're doing their tokenomics on Zenify. And of course, Zenify is pretty much a super cross-chain aggregator there and doing pretty well. So we're going to see how that goes. I think they're coming up for a BNB launch as well for the old Zenify. So that should be bullish for Zen on BNB as well. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. Other than that, everything's looking okay. Let's jump over to the Bitcoin and have a little bit closer look at Bitcoin. And here we go. This has played out like perfect, hasn't it? I mean, anyone's been watching this channel, we've been watching this macro picture so that we don't get surprises on this channel, right? We're playing probability, but to play probability, we need the key information. And we've been talking about that for some time. And so far, it's been playing out like a dream. Yeah, really, really cool. So we've had a high of Bitcoin back on the 5th of December. We got a 45,000 smackaroos, 45,000 smackaroos. But man, oh man, we're down at 43,277. The high for the day so far, 44,057. Like I said earlier, that was kind of when I tuned in for the evening. And the low of the day so far, 42,846 here on Coinbase. Pretty amazing. As you guys know, we're expecting the Fed meeting on the 13th and no change. Bullish for us. And then, of course, we're expecting the BTC ETF window in the 10th of January. Going to be pretty awesome. And we got an article about that. Let's talk about that's getting more bullish. Let's go. Grayscale Investments CEO Michael Shine. Is that how you say it? Shine said he is feeling optimistic about conversations his firm has had with the SEC about the potential for a spot Bitcoin ETF. We're feeling optimistic, he said on Wednesday. And of course, we have been actively engaged with the SEC. The questions that they're getting from them signal to us that they want to engage on this issue, that they are eager to make progress on this issue. And of course, that's kind of cool. And we've been following the top analysts on this, Steffart, right? Steffart has been giving us really great stuff on this. Grayscale has been vying for a spot on Bitcoin ETF and secured a court win in August after 3 judges ruled that the SEC has to re-review Grayscale's bid for the spot Bitcoin ETF after asset management firm sued the agency last year following rejection of its plan for the conversion of its flagship, a GBTC fund. SEC Chair Gary Gensler said that the agency was still reviewing the court's decision during a Senate Bank Committee hearing in September. Multiple firms have filed for spot Bitcoin ETFs, including BlackRock and Fidelity. And of course, now we're up to, I think, 13, right? 13 Bitcoin ETFs. Some experts say the Grayscale court decision could tip the decision into their favor. Remember, that was about how they were just being silly regarding future future ETFs as opposed to spot ETFs. And Gensler, however, has notably been critical of crypto. His agency has cited concerns about fraud and manipulation in the past. Of course, this is rife in fiat, right? Fiat that's where most of the crime is, where most of the value is. Yeah, sure, crypto is being used, but it's just another medium of exchange, right? That's the lie. That's the big lie. All right, there's a few more complexities, but that's generally the case there. All right, let's go here and let's get into it. So that's Bitcoin, and so a window of opportunity playing out pretty well here. We got the US budget coming up in 19th of January to the February of January. Remember, they did 2 stopgap measures for different types of the budget there. So that's coming up. That's going to be a little bit of a hurdle. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that they do single issue bills going out forward. That would be a real reform there from the Democrats who do these omnibus bills and basically just pay off their buddies, right? Pay off their buddies. That's pretty much it. So Bitcoin halving here is sitting on the 17th of April. So we've got bullish that too. So 2 bullish events. Everything's looking fantastic. All right, that is pretty much Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum, of course, leading the way. It's up in the zone for the Ethereum altcoin season. It really is triggering that $2,400 feels very good. Look at the structure of this chart. One pump back here on October the 23rd, October here, 24th of October. Another pump here coming the 9th of November. And then another pump here coming today, the 7th of December. Looks pretty well market making, right? Market making here. I don't know. Brendan, what do you reckon? That looks like market making. Does look to me. So there we are. We've got the chart moving on very, very nicely. We've got our golden cross back here as well. And everything is looking good. We do have an article about this, so let's get into it. Jacob Canfield predicts, he's an analyst, predicts Bitcoin will lead the crypto market until BTC spot ETF approval, with BTC potentially reaching 48 to 50K. Well, we've already reached 45 and 48 to 50K, while Ethereum trails until then. Well, it hasn't quite played out so far, because we've obviously, Bitcoin has receded a little bit there. Now Ethereum has made its move. So it's maybe a little bit earlier than this. Our coins are expected to rise after Bitcoin dominant dips. Well, we have seen that a little bit there. I guess there's a little bit more time ahead of us. So this could be a bit more delayed. Maybe we've got a little bit of a pre-signal for that. With increased activity in layer 1 coins, AI tokens, and gaming related projects. And of course, layer 1 coins also means Pulsechain, right? That's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, and game there. We've got a few little, like we've got a few 1 or 2 game type related projects on our chain. We've got a lot of GameFi, of course, but Web3 games, things like that. But AI stuff, that's a whole area for opening up on Pulsechain. Can't wait for that sort of stuff to come Pulsechain a lot in a bigger way. Canfield advises focusing on projects in sync with Bitcoin's trends, noting Ethereum's influence on altcoin prices due to growing institutional interest. And of course, we're looking for that multiplier effect, not only from the institutional buying, but also from stable coins. Yeah, that's right. We're looking for generating of wealth within the system, our own Fed Reserve. And of course, we want to get that moving along. Bitcoin might dominate for a while. Popular trader Jacob Canfield has been going on Bitcoin rant lately, as he believes ETH will continue to trade behind Bitcoin. That is until an appointment announcement is made, the approval of BTC spot ETF. While it does appear that Ethereum is wanting to go earlier than later. And we can see that today. So that's pretty interesting. But he's generally right about where he's heading now. The investor stated that a theoretical approval could make Bitcoin reach a local peak of 48 to 50. I think it's going to probably be higher than that. We've certainly got the time for it between now and December, January the 10th there, followed by consolidation of 8 to 10% range. So just take that into case there. This is kind of playing into a scenario that I think may be very likely, and that is that we have buy the rumor, sell the news, but sell the news is actually not that damaging. And maybe an 8 to 10% range is a good mark there. It could be a bit more, like 15%, and then bounce back for pretty much the other scenario. I know some people don't like that because they say, oh, you haven't learned from crypto when you think that there's going to be a buy the rumor and then buy the news event. Well, when I say that, I'm not saying that there's not going to be a pullback. There's always going to be a pullback buying the rumor and buy the news most of the time. But I think it's going to be a smaller pullback because of the fact that we've got the Bitcoin ETF in January the 10th. It won't then launch till probably February the 10th for the ones that get approved. We've got a 90% chance of approval. So we do have a 10% chance of a bearish scenario, which would be terrible for the markets. Okay, so let's not forget that. But then we've got in March potentially the 7 Ethereum ETFs getting approved as well. So this is why I'm talking about when we get that Bitcoin Ethereum, we've only got a short window until the March, the Ethereum ones. And then we've got in April the 17th, we've got the Bitcoin halving. So you can sort of see what I mean. And then in that zone after that, maybe March or May or June, March or May, we may have the Fed pivot as well. So this all looks pretty good, doesn't it, in terms of that? So I think it's a far more bullish scenario, those things lining up in particular. Moreover, Canfield anticipates that ETH BTC will form a local bottom with a capitulation candle below support and then initiate recovery. And I think that's a good argument. So kind of cool. There's Jacob Canfield there. Anyway, so that's it. Altcoins will rise after a break in Bitcoin dominance. Many analysts and crypto traders have been speculating on altcoins as soon as Bitcoin dominance plunges, as per the data on TradingView. This metric remains well above 50%, a 30% increase year to date. A key indicator preceding an altcoin season is a decrease in Bitcoin dominance, and we have seen that. Just a little teaser today, I think, on that one, as traders seek alternative assets for higher returns. According to Canfield, altcoins have seen the most activity when Bitcoin consolidated in the 36 to 39K range. This included rotation between layer 1 coins, AI coins, and game-related projects. The investor believes this is just the beginning of a massive altcoin rally. Yes, sir. Massive altcoin rally. Bring it on. That's what we like to see. And of course, however, he advises followers to recognize that Bitcoin will dominate the market for a while, absorbing liquidity. And the idea is to identify projects and coins that move in sync with Bitcoin. For now, most altcoin projects are based on Ethereum or Pulsechain, which is a full system state fork of Ethereum based on the 10th of May. And of course, we're excited about it. And so when the price of ETH increases, the prices of altcoins typically follow suit. The rising institutional holdings of Ethereum have intensified the attention on ETH price movement, indicating a significant factor influencing the altcoin season. So bullish. I really like that commentary. I think it was pretty balanced, and I think it's got a good point of view given the unique lineup of things. That's the thing about this roadmap ahead of us. We've got a unique lineup of events. We've got the 10th of January for the Bitcoin ETFs. Then we've got the potential launch a month later. And then we've got the March, so that's in February. Then in March, the Ethereum ETFs likely. And then, of course, in in April, we have the Bitcoin halving. And then in May, we potentially have an interest rate pivot. Wow, what a lineup of events. It's badass. That's all I'm going to say. That's looking cool. And Pulsechain, man, we've had capitulation events. So is it time for Pulsechain to really get the roll on there? We get the capital flowing back in through the official bridge that we saw go out over the last week. And of course, we'll get some more interest in that. The other thing is that people are counting down, and I won't get to this when I get to the Pulsechain. Maybe we'll talk about the gas prices because I want to talk about that again. But there's Ethereum looking bullish, folks, and of course, very exciting. Now, here's the trade-off, right? So, yeah, altcoin runs, Ethereum runs, but what happens to the gas prices on Ethereum, man? They get pretty badass, and people get really annoyed. You get to a point where you're paying $100 for a swap, you're going to get pretty annoyed, right? You're only paying a fraction of that on Pulsechain. And so it really does get to it. Look at this gas already rising. Look at this stuff. It's getting expensive already here on the old chain. This is the last 7 days on Ethereum. Let's have a look back over the last 30 days. Look at that. That rise up the last 30 days, really starting to rise here. And, of course, we go to wider lookout here, 448 days. Look at that. We got off all that cheap stuff in September through to most of October. And then suddenly, bam, the market starts to go. And it's not going to hold back. This thing is really starting to rise here. 56 way at the moment on the Ethereum, and that is the play on the markets at the moment. So pretty amazing. Now, what that will mean for the chain, of course, is it will mean deflation of the Ethereum supply. And, of course, what we are down here already, we've got a little bit of deflation going on here, and it's going to accelerate during this bull market with high gwei, right? So high gwei there, it's going to be a big deal. So that's going to tick off there. We should hopefully see some similar elements to that on Pulsechain coming up too. Let's jump over to the prices at the moment. Obviously, 58 gwei on Ethereum. What's it going to cost you at the moment to send a transaction? $3 just to send your crypto. Sorry, you want to send your crypto to one wallet or not? It's going to cost you $3. Thank you very much for coming. Now, the other thing, of course, is the swaps at the moment. $52 for a swap on Ethereum. $52. And we're just at the early stages of a long-term bull market. $52 is going to cost you. And on Pulsechain, you can do that for a fraction of a penny. So people are going to get annoyed. So what's Pulsechain designed for? It's designed for the retail, right? Retail to come and play. And it's got all their copies over there. It's designed for retail. Now, the big players can come and go as they please. They don't care too much about gas prices and speed. I mean, some of them do get a little annoyed, but really it's the retail book, right? Small retail, medium retail, large retail. They like cheap things. They like cheap things. They like things that can go in and out. They can compound. They can get profit sharing, the proper utilities. And, of course, that's going to be a bigger theme. And, of course, as these prices go higher, retail book's not going to, I want to go into compound and I want to compound my thing, but I got to pay $50 for this and $50 for that. And sometimes you have double transactions and all sorts of stuff, and it just doesn't work. That's why the metaverse has died out, right? So that's why they died out on Ethereum. But Pulsechain, they can flourish and grow. And, of course, we've got so many Pulsechain devs that it's going to make a lot of fun time for the retail books. So just remember that. And, of course, when retail starts pushing up prices, then whales start going, oh, that's a little activity going over there. Oh, okay, we're going to go move over there and have a look at that, slowly and surely. So it's going to be fun to see that. The other thing, of course, to NFT at the moment. So on Pulsechain, it's a fraction of a penny, but on NFT sale, it's $87 to do NFT. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. So the only limit to this, of course, if you're coming from Ethereum, so it's going to cost you more to bridge over to Pulsechain. That's probably the only limitation there at the moment. So that's kind of the play. All right, so there we go on the Ethereum. And that's going to lead us into Richard Hart, right? Richard Hart here gave us an update about 9 hours ago, so we're going to talk about this. Every Uniswap front end ensures false reports to hosts for being a scam because Uniswap front ends are so often forked to make scams. In such cases, the resolution is always to report to the false positive to the host or the security company or whatever is false positive. Now, we saw Pulse Wallet have dealt with some of these issues about being blocked and things like that with the MetaMask, so Uniswap, I should say. Of course, if security companies would actually only report phishing or malware instead of anything that uses the free and open source front ends, it would be far less of a problem. Remember that the Pulsechain homepage was once banned by MetaMask as well, as they have a hidden default activated blacklist you can't see that you can see in settings /privacy. Thus, in summary, the world of bad fake security and bad fake blacklisting is alive and well. The solution is to stop begging other people to host code for you and just host it yourself. And of course, you have been given the tools nearly no one else has, free and open source self-hosted things. On a side note, it would be nice to see more malicious tort lawsuits in the world when people maliciously interfere in the affairs of others. So that was posted out by Richard earlier today. So that was kind of cool lead in to Pulsechain. And we're going to be talking about day 209. Before we do that, though, let's get into the chat and catch up with a few people. We've got a lot of projects updates and market updates to come now. And what a day it has been. What is day? Superman has met someone famous, and now we're in the chat here as well. That's kind of cool. What else there? Yeah, it was kind of like that. Superman meets someone famous, and then we come back and we see that the Ethereum is pumped, and maybe altcoin season has started. So it's kind of cool. Let's see here. Where are we up to? We got Harry Williams, I'm pretty sure. We got Banana Junkie says, I agree, super cringe X-Space. I'm glad you have deleted this one. Yeah, me too, man. That was so I was almost in trauma how they run. I think it's not a great format, honestly. That's why I don't listen to a lot of Twitter spaces. You might not see me in a lot of X spaces. It's just because they're so cringe. And so it's Eddie says, going against my emotions and did a nice DCA in the red. Green candles are imminent. Woohoo! Nice one, Eddie. Well played. Banana Junkie says, Harrison fought Indiana Jones. Well, I'm not going to really let you know there, Banana Junkie, because I don't want to give it away too much. But yeah, that's all. I'm going to leave it there. Bright Light's in the house there. Good to see you, Bright Light. And we've got Craig Pitt as well. Welcome to you. Hexcavator. Hey, gang. How you doing? Brennan says, was it Guy Williams? No, it wasn't. That's funny, though. We got Christian in the house here. Hey, Christian, good to see you. Who else jumped in here? We got Blobfish King. North of where I live today, 47 degrees Celsius. There are massive storms and rain coming. Better get that walk done now. Indeed, Blobfish King. Take care. Hot one predicted as well, he says. Let me jump through some of these comments. Let me jump through all those. Banana Junkie is still guessing. Sylvester Stallone, Jason Stratham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris would be cool. Chuck Norris would I could meme that all day if it was Chuck Norris. That would be very cool if it was Chuck Norris that I met today. But no, it was not Chuck Norris. I would love to, yeah, anyway, I don't want to give it away. It's just too much. Chuck Norris, Terry Crews. Terry Crews, I would love to have met Terry Crews back when White Chicks days, but I'd probably pass at the moment. But when White Chicks come out, he was one of my favorites. Randy Couture, Liam Hemsworth, Claude Van Damme, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, I'd love to meet Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolphin Lundgren, Chuck Norris in particular, Terry Crews, Randy. Yeah, all those are pretty good names. But no, it was none of them. And no, stop trying to get it. I'm trying to get who it was, but it was awesome. I had a fantastic conversation. It was great. Let me jump through there. What else there? Let me jump through all that. Banana Junkie says, Crypto Crew Steve says 48K top, range 31 to 48 for 150 to 200 days. Yeah, not sure I'm in that camp for that one either. April, May, it seems like good months to travel. You guys talking about the weather in there? Pac-Man says, RH ecosystem needs to have an easy access for newbies. Agree with that. Most of them don't want to touch it due to many loopholes. Well, I think it's a big responsibility for the influencers and the community and developers to make on-ramping as easy as possible. And the tools are coming, Batman. The tools are coming. We're going to be talking about some today. So hopefully more tools are coming, but we do have more work to do because we're full DeFi. And of course, Rich has taken us to that full DeFi line. We have, it's an opportunity for a lot of our devs to make that onboarding really important. Now, on tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow or Sunday. I think it's Saturday US time, but Sunday in Australasian time, we will be covering Hex Scout, which is an onboarding, all-in-one onboarding tool. So we'll be covering that in Discord, and then I probably will cover that soon after on YouTube. So we'll go through that too. But we're going to do Discord first. It's one of the perks of being in Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, join in. We're going to be going through Hex Scout. But you're quite right. We need to continue. I think we need to continue doing more on-ramps development. And we have got a couple of BNB bridges. We've got Lightning Network through PulseLN and other bridges. We've got, obviously, PortalX. We've got the official bridge. But we need to continue that. We've got the Coast, obviously, fiat on-ramp. And so we just need to keep having more stuff coming like that. But you're definitely right, making it as easy as possible. And I think Hex Scout is a big step in that direction. That just launched when the Heist Stakes went full streaming, right? So I think it's coming. It's getting there. But I agree with you. A lot more education stuff needs to be done. Superman, so the Stability Miner will be live after launch. Now, we're going to talk about PUSD Algo coming up as well. And there's going to be the fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain. So we ignore BankX, right? That's stuff, all that dog breakfast stuff. We're going to get on to Stability Miner. We have a reputable developer for that, and it is Frontier stuff with the Stability Miner. So we're going to get into that when we cover that topic later on. Archie says, I was hoping there was another X-Space tonight. No. But we're going to try and do a live stream tomorrow, maybe with Abit and Jacob. So stay tuned for that. That'll be pretty cool. We're going to go through everything in detail, probably even a deeper dive than we did in the first stream. So that's coming up. Smash the likes. Definitely smash the likes. Soon 7K. Here we go. Yeah. Well, YouTube is gatekeeping a little bit there, but the power of the people, right? Power of the people. That's how we go there. I'm going to interrogate you in Discord, Super says Brennan. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We're going to interrogate you. There's lights on your faces. Just makes you shine. Yeah. Lois Lane. No, not like that is a good guess though, but it wasn't Lois Lane. I actually didn't like the Lois Lane character. I like the one they had in auditions. Have you ever seen the auditions for Superman, the original there with Christopher Reeves? I love the one they auditioned. That she was perfect for it. But the one they chose for the final actress, I wasn't a big fan of. Anyway, moving aside there. Yes, I do watch a lot of making of movies, all the classics. I watch all the making ofs and audition clips and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's move on. Let's not digress too much. Let's get into Pulsechain. And we got the latest day, of course, day 209. And we got green candles. Yeah. Bring on the altcoin season. Quadruple 0498. We're up 2% today on Pulse. We're at 50% of sacrifice price. So we've got a lot of work to do. That's true. But we got Pulsex there at quadruple 014 up 5.5%, doing pretty well today. And of course, we've got what we got else going there. We've got the buy and burn is starting to lift, right? With those price increases, with more turnover. We're getting a lot lift in the buy and burns. We're at 591.5 billion Pulsex is being bought up and burned That's 2.88%. I repeat, 2.88% of the public supply. That's going to matter more in the longer term of Pulsechain. But, as we go through the different bull market cycles and stuff like that, that is going to matter even more and more as we go forward there. That's 2.88% of the public supply. In terms of the incentive token, we're up 3.3%. We got that 48 cents there, and the ratio looks like it's jumped from yesterday as well, actually, 9,646. So that looks like it's actually up. The supply is probably about, I'm just guessing, about 8.5 million incentive tokens with 116,000 burned through TRA game. Hex at the moment is up almost 5% at 85 hundredths of a penny. EHEX is at 46 hundredths of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX is at 1.32 cents. And that's kind of where, we just clipped over 5% there. Pretty cool. 1 PX will get 172 Pulse and 1.86 EHEX at the moment. Those are the numbers. Let's go to the charts and have a look at that. Actually, I've got to get rid of all the overlays. And of course, here we are on the daily. We're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands here. We have tested quadruple 045, and then we tested today so far quadruple 046. So kind of a testing range there. Interesting range, right? Because this is kind of where we were previously resistance and now as previous support. And that's kind of where we're bounced at the moment. So that's one positive sign. The other one is we're riding the Bollinger Bands. Typically, you don't ride 3 to 5 days in a row. We've ridden down here 3 days so far. We'll see whether we get the bounce off now, especially with the Ethereum clip to the upside. It'd be good to get a nice green day today. We've got a brand new candle. This is 19 minutes old. This is yesterday's candle here. And so if we can get a nice little build off here, it'd be pretty nice and follow Ethereum's lead. Let's have a look at what else in the RSI. We are down, not quite fully oversold. We're definitely down the low range here, 34, 35. We've bounced up to 37 there, and we've got plenty of room for a nice little run on the old Pulse there. Let's go to Pulsex. Pulsex is my pick at the moment. You guys know that. Pulsex is my pick. Why is that? Well, it's the DEX, right? That's burning. As you guys saw, it burned 2.88%. And, of course, this is what trades. Everything trades on pretty much dominates. DEX aggregators use it if it's the most efficient route for liquidity. And, of course, we're talking about Petias and PortalX and other ones like that. What's the other one? And, yeah, it's pretty Tetra as well, right? So we got that going. What was I going to say? And Power City's coming up. Power City with the liquidity fork called Earn Protocol. And, of course, that's going to have a new stablecoin, PXDC, going to use Pulsex. So it's going to add a new feature, if you think about it, to Pulsex. You're going to be able to collateralize it and issue stablecoins there, which is bullish. So it's kind of cool as well. Now, we got the price there at quadruple 01394. And this is the pick at the moment, of course, that I've been talking about because we've got that opportunity to move up. So this is the hourly chart there. Let's go to the daily. There's the daily there as well. We've bounced off 1200. And, of course, we got to 1236. Now, some calls were for the fact that we had this, I think, reverse the head and shoulders here. We're going to go down to close to 1,000 again. That hasn't played out yet. So really probably will depend on the way Ethereum leads and, of course, how Pulsechain continues to roll out its protocols. And, of course, we've got Power City coming up as well. So the timing of Power City's launch is going to be pretty important as well. But at the moment, we're pretty much sitting around 1,400. And that's where we were. Yesterday, we got to as low as 1237. So far, so good. We've been riding this for 3 days. Let's see if we can bounce off that too. That is kind of the play on Pulsex. Incentive token there at the moment, 48 cents. Let's look at the ratio. The ratio at the moment is, let's have a look at the ratio there. Yeah, we bounced off. The low so far was back on the 6th of December. We got down to 9,225. We've managed to, yesterday, our low was 9,400, and today it is back up at 9,641. That's kind of a bullish sign there too. But let's have a look at that. That's pretty much it on incentive token. Hex at the moment is, Hex had such a dramatic day the other day. Look at that wick down there. We got as low as 63 hundredths of a penny. Today we're at 85 hundredths of a penny. So nice little capture there. I guess most people would be able to capture that. But let's say they captured this, and that's a nice little 10% almost in there today. 5% at the moment on charts, and that is a PHEX. PHEX looking very well underpriced, and we're going to be following its journey there. Look at that. That's an interesting structure there on the chart. Lots of pain before massive gains. That's what we like to talk about there. EHEX as well. There we've got that yesterday. We're down as low as 41 hundredths of a penny yesterday. Unbelievable wick there with the whales there. And of course, we're back up at 46. So we got down to 4,100. We're now at 4,700 or 47th hundredth of a hundredth of a penny there today. So not bad there as well. Nice, maybe a nice little trade into that. That is Hex. Let's jump over to the validators and have a look at that. How they're doing? 50,616, doing pretty well there. Big shout out to David Feder. David Feder crushing it on YouTube, doing some great shows. Go check out David Feder if you haven't checked out David Feder. Does good stuff around validators. He's the one that's dominating the validators there with his validatorstore.com. 54% of validators have gone through his store, which is pretty amazing. 27,179. So absolutely amazing. Look at that, 5,555. We've got almost 555s going on there. Too late, we passed it by, but that was pretty awesome. And yeah, we're 1.62 trillion off the market, and that is looking amazing. 10.8% of supply is off the market through the validators. Now, they are earning a lot of pulse, and there will be some people selling that pulse, so just remember that is true. But let's go to liquid loans and check out how much has been locked away in liquid loans today, because that's bullish for the supply getting off the market. 383.73 billion, 19.3 million US dollars is now locked in liquid loans. So that's in addition to the validators. So in addition to this 1.6 trillion, we've got here 387. Now, you guys know I would love within 6 to 8 weeks to get to 5%. That'd be 750 billion pulse. So we're doing pretty well. We're heading towards that pretty nicely. Let's bring out the old calculator and do some basic advanced tensor calculus. I'm just kidding. Let's bring this. I always love those jokes. I don't know why it is. But we're going to bring this up, and let's go to 383. Let's go 387. We'll divide that by 750. So that's kind of my target, right? 51%. We're almost 52% of my target. 6 to 8 weeks from launch, getting up to around 5%. That'd be dreamy. Now, it has slowed down a bit, but man, you just never know your luck. As if the chain starts rallying, then people will start borrowing, and the pulse will start getting locked away. It's self-fulfilling. It's a positive reinforcement cycle, right? So that's what we would like to see in the play. And at the moment, 51.6 is there as well. Now, we do have some issues. I'm going to try and talk to some of this. If we do get our interview with liquid loans coming up, I am going to talk about some of the economic sides of the stablecoin. We're up to 9.44 million stablecoins, but 68% of them are staked in the protocol, which means that they're not there for pumping the system. And the other one is the difference between these coins. Where are they doing? Are they inactive, sitting in wallets? Are they in pools? Are they, what's happening there? Are people actually using them? Are they circulating? Because what you want stable coins to circulate, and you want them to buy and lock coins away and then borrow more and make more stable coins and so on, that positive cycle loop. So we're watching out for that. Now, there are teams doing it, right? There's, I think it's Uptoken. They're doing this sort of stuff. There's a whole army of people trying to do that. So we're going to keep track of that too. And we may very well have the Uptoken people coming up on a live stream. Yeah, I just laying out another little gold nugget there. That's for you guys. So that's pretty exciting. All right, so looking pretty good. Let's add those numbers up together, of course. 387 plus, let me add that one there, plus 1.62, 1620, I guess. And let's divide that by 15,000. That is 1.34%. So 13.4%, sorry, is 13.4% is now locked away off the market. Isn't that cool? Out of the pulse. So it kind of neat like that. All right, let's go to the final update here. The Gwei is super cheap on Pulsechain, 218,000 beats, 3/10 of a penny to do a swap. Now, what did I say? About $60 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment. 3/10 of a penny here on PulseX. 2/200th of a penny for Pulsecoin transfer. Or was it $3 to transfer your Ethereum at the moment? Only 2/200th of a penny to do it on Pulsechain, and 700th of a penny to do a PSD20. So we're 8,885 times cheaper than Ethereum, which is actually showing $30 at the moment to do a swap, and we're 13,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin, $3 to do a transfer there, which might take you 24 hours. Who knows? But that's kind of the play. All right, that's day 209. We're going to be starting day 210. Can you believe it? And that's amazing. That's amazing. All right, so let's move forward. We're going to get into our other categories of tokens. Let's get into the top PRC20s on Pulsechain. We're sorting by liquidity, and we can see that a PDI or Diatropa there is at 0004,500. It's down 7%. Wrap Bitcoin is managing to etch out a little gain there. It's up almost 1% at $56.72. Atropa is down 6%. Maker is down 9%. Treasury Bill is down 6%. And Teddy Bear is down 1%. Now, Treasury Bill, Teddy Bear, and Atropa, of course, are new contracts on Pulsechain, not copies that forked over. SHIB and Pepe are both the forks. SHIB is down 12%, and Pepe is up 3% there. So some pretty different fortunes there. Let's have a look at the SHIB token. Yeah, pretty much down. Look at that, being sold off pretty heavily there. Let's have a look at the what was the other one? The SHIB one there. What happened? The order's gone out of place. That's what happens when I come back out. Pepe. Let's have a look at Pepe there. Pepe is got two little green days, but that was also down quite a bit there as well. And that was when we actually had those days. That's when we've had capital going over the bridge there, and probably related to Titan X or something like that, as well as maybe some other relativity plays there on Ethereum, Bitcoin perhaps, but mostly probably that. All right, so what else we got going there? That's pretty much it out of those. Just scrolling down here and look at some of these. That's pretty much it on that one. So let's move to our third category, which is the memes. So from top PRC 20s to the memes, we've got an increase in Mega. It's up today, 6.8%. Let's have a quick look at Mega and make Ethereum great again. That is being sold off too, but up today. What else we got going there? Access Alive is up 18.5%. Can't keep Access Alive down. He's another influencer in the space, of course, TA specialist, does some good content. And yeah, $2,600. Nice little pump there at the moment. Man, imagine if it got back up to 13,500. That'd be pretty nice mad gains there. We'll see how that goes. Reflux there is up 10% as well. So a quick look at Reflux. And like I say, I think Rag to Riches has done a video on this project. So you can go check that out on Rags to Riches channel. Don't subscribe or like his videos or share them around though. He doesn't like that at all. That's a joke there. I hope you guys know. 409947. They were up today a little bit there on that one. What else there? Hex address is up 200.8%. Everything else is doing okay. Let me jump through some of these. That's pretty much it on the memes. Let's go to our fourth and final category. The main one there, Pulsechain projects. We're going to sort. Should we sort by liquidity? No, we'll just keep the liquidity at the top, the biggest liquidity. We got Halgo up 6%. Let me have a look at some of the others. Tetra up 12%. So Tetra is what we got the news on today. So we're going to do Tetra news. Should we do that first? I think so. Let's do Tetra. The Tetra is up today, 12% on the news. Looking good. Limit orders for Pulsechain. Can't do much better than that. Let's check it out. So this is the update from Tetra 3 hours ago. This is hot off the press. 3 hours ago. The time has come. Limit orders are now live on Pulsechain. So this is awesome. We're expecting to have that on Pulsex, right? We haven't seen it on Pulsex. And so that's kind of a bit weird, but we haven't seen it. We've seen what's come out of the devs. We've seen full DeFi come out of the devs, but will we still see limit orders? I'm sure we will. I can't see any reason why we wouldn't see any of that stuff. So they're just features. So we'll see. Visit omnis.tetra.run to take advantage in our trading pools. Tell your friends. So I'm going to put this in the chat there if you want to go set up a limit orders now. Just be careful. We're going to read the fine print, of course. So Tetra limit orders. Limit orders on a Pulsechain. This is great though. This is a lot of people want to use this, so very, very cool on that one. So let's put that in there. Tetra limit orders on Pulsechain. Finally got that. Great stuff. So let's go have a quick look at the link, and let's have a look here. This is the on Omnis. Now Omnis, of course, they're doing multiple top DeFi. So when you think of Jacob and the Jacob's ecosystem doing top DeFi tokenomics and technology, we also have Omnis doing a lot of stuff around the space as well. So it's really cool to see all those high-end teams doing stuff. Now, we've got obviously a normal swap at the moment, and we've got a limit order, and this has got some fine print, so you need to read that. You understand small limit orders may be executed at a high execution price due to gas fees. Hopefully not a problem on Pulsechain, but that's also can happen if something unusual happens, like it goes up to millions of beats rather than 200,000 beats or whatever. You understand that using limit orders on tax tokens is not recommended. Now, tax tokens, of course, you have to pay an extra fee. You have to move your slippage up for those fees when you trade. So that could be a big problem. It's not recommended, and that tax tokens can get stuck in limit orders and can become irrecoverable if they do not execute. So don't do that, basically. If you've done it, don't set a limit order for a tax token, all right? Something that has a fee that you need to do. Just do it normally through maybe, I guess, Patias is probably okay. Just put your slippage up correctly, all that sort of stuff. You understand that by using the app, you confirm that you are not in a region where limit orders in crypto are not allowed. It's your responsibility to comply with local regulations. I'm not sure whether that would be too many places, but there we go. You've read and fully understood the information support session. Well, we're not going to read that, but you can click on that and then click continue. And then, of course, you can set your limit order. So you can set a price if you're buying or a price if you're selling, and you can set that up. So pretty cool there. They got the order fee there. All limit order places in Omnis incur a fee of 0.29% of the total order amount. The fee is payable in both situations, whether it's an order is successful or if you choose to cancel the order. Just remember that, so it doesn't matter. Limit order gas price there, 100 pulse. Expiration date there as well. You can set your time frame. So you can set your price, set your time frame, whether you're buying or selling. You can go up to 3 months. So that's pretty good, actually. And of course, you can do here. They got Pulse and Tetra as the default. Isn't that clever? Clever little pump there in coins. I like that. All right, so you can pick up another stuff here. You can swap in to different tokens here. So if you want to go to Coast, you could do that as well. Now, as far as I know, they're only routing through, even though they're DEX aggregator, I'm pretty sure they're only routing through Pulsechain at the moment, which is fine. Yeah, it's if they probably at least if they had PHUX in there, the balance of fork, it's got a lot of liquidity in that too. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. So all right, kind of cool. So that is limit orders there. Very cool. If you're buying or selling, you just have to switch, of course, depending on which token you're buying, selling, and set a market price in there. Kind of cool. All right, that is that. I will add this to the useful links in the Discord after the live stream. So we're going to keep that open as well. So that is kind of cool. And the market pumped on that one. Where's the market? The market pumped on that news, which is great news as well. Now, Tetra's got a lot more coming. They've got liquidity pools coming. They've got all their other projects coming that we're going to be having. They're going to be coming out pretty soon too. And they're going to be really, really popular. So kind of cool. Let's go to the other one there. We're going to have a look around somewhere else that are doing pretty well. Let's have a look here. So time tokens up 5.8% as expected. So let's go to time token. This is one of the tokens for internet money, and it's had a little pump in there as well. Let's go. What else we got? That's time token, internet money token as well. So quickly go through that. They got future token. They have internet money token. So they're all should be doing pretty well, I would have thought. Just trying to find the other ones here. Internet money is up 6.6% as well. So it's been a little pump on the internet money one there. Now, if we look on the daily on internet money, let's have a look at the profile for that over the whole time. So it's pretty much off the bottom at the moment on that. So, but they have good news coming out today, regardless of the price. They have good news, and that is as follows. So let's get to it. Major announcements 2 hours ago. So all this news is hot off the press. It's great to be able to cover this on Hex Token, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. Bring you the latest and greatest. Major update announcements. We have submitted for our second round of security audits. Let me get rid of that. Second round of security audits. Let me just make that a bit bigger too. Security audits for Internet Money Wallet on Android, iOS, and Chrome. So previously, I think it was Pac-Man, was it, talking about, ease of use. Well, Internet Money's wallet is a really great way of onboarding people onto Pulsechain. You got Android, iOS, and Chrome for the wallet, and it's beautiful, right? So that's great. This will take us out of beta and into our official release. And, influencers are going to talk about Internet Money a lot more because typically people like to see that you've had their full audits, it's been running for a while, you got a bit of, time under your belt, and your performance quality is looking good. So, this is going to be a lot easier for influencers to talk about. You probably haven't seen as many influencers as you would have thought talk about Internet Money, even though really it is Pulsechain's first native wallet. I see now we have Pulse Wallet as well out there, which I haven't really covered much either. I haven't really done much security check around that or anything like that. But Internet Money, feeling very good about. And so, yeah, we've got V127 on Android and iOS. It's coming live as well. So we've got their update into Internet Money on Android, iOS, and Chrome is now officially the best place to swap on Pulsechain. Ask us if you're interested. Obviously, they've got lots of features around swapping. In-app swapping and time is live on Polygon. That's just happened, right? The Polygon launch there. And, of course, alongside Ethereum, BSC, and Pulsechain. So they've got 4 chains now where if you're buying and selling and you're holding the time token on there, you'll be earning a share of the fees. Isn't that beautiful? That's part of the Pulsechain. Now, you really couldn't do that on Ethereum, right? You're paying, $50, $60. When you can't do that, you need a chain where you've got like a fraction of a penny or a couple cents at most, right, for that to be really good. And so this is really the advantage, and it's really great for the retail book, right? Really great for the retail book. Support for 9mm Pro V2 and V3 for in-app swapping. So it's really cool. So obviously 9mm bringing a lot of cool stuff to Pulsechain as well. And of course, US dollar value displayed on swap quote screen. That's really important, right? US dollars. So you can see the value there. Individual token price tracking for all assets within your account. And of course, support Wallet Connect as well, which is pretty cool. Some other updates that are coming are going to be pretty amazing. iOS, a public test flight is shutting down. Remember that? I actually used this back in the day, so I better go check that myself. Replace resources with swap and main app navigation bar. increased the default gas and priority fees, added an error boundary to catch app crashes, improved responsiveness with confirmation sliders, additional improvements to priority fee estimation, updated icons to new time logo, which is cool. I really like the fact that Internet Money has gone with the space theme with the aliens. I really like that. It's kind of cool. We've got 2 projects actually doing something similar, but I actually liked where they've headed with this. Improved error messages, UI layout, that's user interface layout improvements, fix the savings of tokens as well. See the power of our in-app swap below. On Pulsechain, you will see $100 of Pulse being swapped to Pulsex. See how after DEX and wallet fees, you have several options that will yield you more than $100. That is why we are the best place to swap. Shout out to 9inch, of course, for being the most profitable trade route there in this example. So now 9inch has a big problem with their marketing. They have to get the A into G. I mean, it is really, really bad. They should be pumping out stuff every single day, just like all the other top teams on Pulsechain. So 9inch needs to get their act together on that. It's up to them what they do. If they want to have crap marketing and promotions, then that's what they have. But if they want to have top stuff, they should learn from Internet Money. They should learn from Liquid Loans and Power City and other teams that are really doing a great job with their marketing. So they've got a lot of stuff to do there. They had $60 million raised for that. They need to be doing that stuff. So if they want to get good kudos, they need to do that. It's just the basics, man. Just the basics. Internet Money, major announcements, and of course we've got cool stuff there. That's the swap there. I love the interface, right? You can add tokens, remove tokens. They have a lot of default tokens, so you don't have to worry about the contracts. You're not searching for them. They've got all the icons as well. It's beautifully laid out. So well done to KG and his development team, which is pretty amazing. Send, receive, swap, and of course if you own the time token on that chain, you're going to earn a share of the fees, and those fees are just going to be able to be claimed there. And some people decide to burn them too, which is pretty amazing. Part of the community general thing there as well. So you can see different quotes here going on at the moment from Pulse to Pulsex, and they got different dexes here. 9inch Pulsex V2, Pulsex V1, Petius there. They even got the dex aggregator Petius, which is funny. That's a bit weird, but they got that there. And of course 9M down the bottom here as well. But we've got obviously other dexes coming out like Tetra and other things like that. There's quite a few of them out there at the moment. All right, so kind of cool. Well done to Internet Money. We can't wait to be able to cover that a lot more on this channel when they move to official release. I've been really waiting for that before really talking about this a lot. So we've got more onboarding tools, right? We've got Internet Money. We've got the Hex one I just talked about before. I've just forgotten the name of. Let me think. I'd have to remember the name. I just forgot the name. But that is the play there at the moment. We're actually covering it on this weekend. I better remember the name since I'm covering it. All right, so that is pretty cool. So a big shout out to Tetra and for limit orders, big deal. This is stuff. We wanted stuff to make it easier to do stuff, to trade, to get on board. We've got the tools that are coming. It's going to be really, really neat there as well. All right, so that's kind of the news there on the tokens. Let's get into Liquid Loans. Didn't want you guys to miss out on this, right? We had a big giveaway that was on the Twitter space yesterday for PSD Algo. And of course, 5 people won all that post. I think it was 28 million Pulse given away to 5 people, and it was divided into 5 people. So congratulations to those winners. But you can still participate in Liquid Loans 1 billion Pulse giveaway. I repeat, 1 billion Pulse giveaway. And this is, I didn't want you guys to forget about it. I have talked about this before, but definitely you guys can't miss out on this. So let's play a video just to remind you of how to participate.
On community, Pulsechain safe, live on mainnet. Fetch, live on mainnet. Liquid Loans, live on mainnet. Guys, it's been a long journey. We're so excited. Couldn't be happier with the results. So grateful for all the community. We are live. And now we finally get the chance to drop our 1 billion Pulse challenge. So we're gonna give back. We're doing a great giveaway, offering up some cool stuff to get the community involved here early on with LL. Now, there's 2 different ways to enter. There's the social share side, and you can put hashtag love liquid loans, and most importantly, why. The whys are important. The whys are why we do everything. So not only do we want to see that you love liquid loans, we want to know why. That's part of it. And the other really interesting for some of our users is to open a vault on mainnet. So we are on mainnet, no testnet. This is all mainnet driven. Open up a vault on there to qualify, and we're gonna take these first 14 days. It's gonna coincide with when redemptions turn on. We're gonna do the drawings and everything a little later on in the year. But guys, we're gonna have 1 billion Pulse that's gonna be up for grabs. Help us get it out there. Let us know why you love Liquid Loans. We could not be happier. We're so grateful to you guys being on mainnet. It's everything. Get involved in this challenge. It's gonna be awesome, and let everybody know why you love Liquid Loans.
Yes, sir. So don't forget to miss out on that. It's on Liquid Loans, of course. Get involved with that. You can either open a loan or you can do the social media and just join their, like Telegram and other things, and then retweet out and all the other stuff you can do. So get onto Liquid Loans. Pretty amazing. Let me just pull up Liquid Loans so you guys can join it. If you're not familiar, you'll have to go and find the details, but that is the place at the moment you can go to. All right, let me go to the website actually, and you can participate. Go for gold. Let me push that out first. Bang, bang, bang. All right, so that is Liquid Loans to participate in that 1 billion Pulse giveaway. It's nothing to sneeze at. That's a pretty huge prize. All right, I think the other biggest giveaway was Jacob from Jacob's Ecosystem giving away 2.5 million, also 250 million Pulse early on when people couldn't get Wrap Pulse. So that was pretty awesome from Jacob. So just a great example of leadership there. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Jacob. We're going to get into Algo. So let's talk about that in a second. Who else has jumped in here? Let me go to the chain. Got up to that comment. Going to go through past those. Got through all those. Definitely went way far up, way too high there in the old chat. We got JJ in house there. Yo, Superman. Hey, good to see you, JJ. Welcome to the chat as well. Valiant as well. Good to see you, Valiant. Spaced out X's last night. Indeed, man. You are so right, Valiant. It was, oh man, it was cringe. I can't believe I stayed on and recorded for 3.5 hours. I learned a lesson there. I learned a lesson. Smash the likes in 7th K. Yeah. Let's bring it on. What else we got there? Roderick Vector. Da, boom, boom. You know it. Was it the Naughty Samoans? No, it wasn't the Naughty Samoans. It was not the Naughty Samoans. Maybe it was Dave Dobbin. No, he's not an international actor, but Scott Dobbin? No. Dave Dobbin you're thinking of? I think maybe Dave Dobbin. Who else there? Christian says, is it about time that something happens with Tetra? You're waiting for a couple of their products, so we'll cover them again. We have been covering them a couple of times lately. Fast Abdul says, I only like Stexes that make me download a sketchy zip file. On this seems too easy, says Fast Abdul. And a big shout out and thanks for the super sticker there. KG is an OG. Things like internet money and Tetra will put Pulsechain on the map with some well-placed bribes, says Fast Abdul. Nice one there, Fast Abdul. All right, what else there? Have to run, says Sandy Beach. Have a good night. And don't forget to count those calories as you're running there, Sandy Beach. Christian says internet money wallet needs to add NFTs, says Micro Christian. That's a good piece of advice. I guess they must be on their radar for that, I'm sure. They're probably getting a lot of the tokens in the belts. Pretty cool. Mel Gibson. No, I would like to meet Mel Gibson, but no, it's not Mel Gibson at all. All right. What do we got there? Hey, Archie in house. Woohoo! 8 members support. A big shout out, Archie. Archie is an incredible member of the community, and I do appreciate your support big time. Super smart dude, and of course gives so much alpha in the Discord there as one of our moderators, and appreciate everything, Archie. Thank you so much for your support. Big shout out. Like, subscribe, and follow for sure. All right, let's get into the final stuff for the live stream. We're up to an hour and 7 minutes. So PUSD Algo, we will try and be having Jacob and probably Abid on tomorrow during the same live stream time. So it's going to be quite epic. Now, we do have this open. So if you want to get a 19% referral bonus, the link is in the video description. And this is going to be a huge project, potentially the 4th stablecoin, but it's going to do quite a things different from the existing 3. So we have CST, the Coast stable, which is a fiat-backed one. We have 2 liquidity forks. One's already launched, Liquid Loans with USDL, that collateralizes Pulse, takes Pulse off the market, gets stablecoins in the market. And we then have Power City Earn Protocol, which is also liquidity forks, going to be collateralizing PulseX. And of course, you're going to have a new stable coin called PXDC. Those are our 3 stablecoins. So we've got 2 existing models, fiat and liquidity forks, that are proven. And here we are with a more speculative one that's kind of based on algorithmic. So there's lots of algorithmic coins out there. And of course, it's about getting the holy grail. Can you create stable coins and a money earner at the same time? And this is what this project does. So instead of getting rid of the human side of things like we saw with Terra Luna, what he's doing is bringing in automated limit order bots to do it instead, to hold the peg on the stability miner there at the moment. And as you guys can see on the stablecoins, when you go to stablecoins, it has been an absolutely incredible performance just with the prototype running. It's got about 45 miners, I think, centralized and decentralized scripts as far as I know. And of course, it's looking really amazing. So if we go to USDL, we can see USDL is pegged at $1 at the moment. So that's good news for USDL. Seems to be pegged at $1 on both pairs, DAI and Rat Pulse. CST is currently at 99.8 cents. So both of them are looking pretty pegged today. That's the best performance I've seen from them for a while. Actually, this one's Coast with Pulse is actually under peg. It's 2 cents under peg. But PUSD DAI has been performing extremely well on the prototype here, which is live on Pulsechain, right? So this one will be swappable for the real thing if you do trade it. And it's just going up and down between a 1 or 2 cent range most of the time. And so Archie's pointed out that when this goes depegged, they may be testing at that stage, like turning bots off, letting the market run itself. We know that when they started it, of course, let me just go to the 4-hourly. That's a 5-minute chart. Let's go to the 4-hourly there. Let's go to the, actually, we'll go daily. I don't know how many days it's been on, actually. Let's go to the hourly, actually. So the hourly chart there, at the beginning, we had a bit more volatility, but this is actually a pretty stable coin. It's pretty stable here. And we had volatility because it was just a lot of the market just operating before the bots came in. When the bots came in around here, see how it sort of changed the whole pattern? And it's pretty much a dollar is right in the middle here, right in the middle there. And it's only like plus 1 cent, down 1 cent. That's a pretty good stable coin. And so I'm very optimistic about the approach that they're taking between stability miners. You provide liquidity and having these automated bots going to do limit orders to keep the peg. Now, the other thing is, of course, a lot of people won't, when they do that, they're going to actually take Algo, which is the main coin that you need to make PUSD stablecoin, and of course make their own PUSD, right? And rather than actually trading it in the market on here, a lot of the stable coins will just issue based on Algo, and then you go off and buy your favorite stuff kind of thing. That's kind of the idea there. And of course, they'll get Algo and PUSD off the market by staking, right? So that's going to go off the market too, because you're going to Algo staking on here, and you're going to get paid out in Algo and PUSD. And of course, they're going to have modest returns here, not 20% like Anchor did for Terra Luna, but they're going to have a much more modest. And these are indicators. This is just a prototype at the moment. They are going to be doing a refresh of this UI, but you can see that they've got much more modest yields on here as well. So they're really trying to attend to all the issues, take out the human element where, you know, a CZ and Binance and all these others were getting Bitcoin and trying to collateralize it with that. And of course, that's part of the problem that they had. Or getting setting up big funds to try and defend the Algo price and therefore the PUSD price, not having any lag, you know, between redemption as opposed to having automated miners just doing it. So we're really going from low tech problems with humans to high tech stuff automated. That's kind of the idea there, and you get to benefit from the protocol. Now remember, it's also based technically with a V3 DEX to help that play out, and so I think that's kind of really bullish on there, and I really like where this is heading in terms of that. The other thing, of course, it's going to have a relatively low amount of capital raise. So even though we're doing a sacrifice for this, it's ticking away. It's actually going to be relatively low compared to like liquid loans with 51 million. I love liquid loans, but I mean, it's a pretty high cap on it, right? To start off with. Power City, $16 million. I know they have multiple protocols, but you get my point is that this is going to be on the low end with potentially big upside if it works. And so far, it looking pretty good. So I'm pretty optimistic about it. It is more speculative, but it does look like that sacrifice to upside is could be quite amazing, and people will just be able to stake there and earn from the protocol, earning from the pegging, earning from the inflation in there, earning from the demand, the network effects, and of course the V3. So it really has got a lot of great value combinations there, and so I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, so one of the caveats, of course, is that they have to reach something like maybe $1 million or something to make this okay. They got to set up like 4 or 5 pools. They're going to be taking 50% of the sacrifice funds, and they're going to be allocating in those pools to get critical mass. So those are very important for the protocol. So if they don't reach that, they may end up having to refund all the sacrifices. So you must note that, just that one caveat about the success of the sacrifice. So it's more self-fulfilling. Now, the cool thing about having people get involved is that people support it. They get a chance to be in high tech. You know, a lot of times people have good ideas, but they can't execute them. Well, Jacob can execute them, right? But of course, getting people to participate, putting capital up to do that is a really good way of doing it. So that's kind of the play at the moment. Obviously, that's done through a sacrifice process here for free speech and stuff like that. But that's kind of the play. Now we are up to 269,000 with the bonuses included. So I don't know what the net is, but maybe the net's like 140, 150, something like that. Probably heading towards that. So there's a lot more work to do, but there's quite a few more days to go. So 45-day sacrifice process. We're on day 14. Now, this is probably one of the most cleverest protocols on Pulsechain at the moment. And of course, it's kind of the hunting for the holy grail of a stable coin with an passive income earning potential. So I'm looking forward to staking on this protocol. I think it's going to be pretty successful and potential to earn a lot of passive income. So I'm really looking forward to it myself in any case. But there are 2 bonuses if you want to sacrifice. There's the referral bonus. I have one of the top ones that there is, 19%. The link's in the video description. And of course, if you do over $1,000, you will get a random bonus allocated to you. And it's very important that you get in before day 15 because the bottom of that range is 1.5 multiplier to 2 multiplier, which is a big deal. So basically, it's like a 50% or to 100% gain on your sacrifice. So it's really important there. So first of all, you want to get that high referral number, which I've got a link in the video description. Secondly, you want to get that multiplier. That's going to be random. But if you go in the second 45-day period, the bottom of the range goes to 1.25. Just makes it harder to get a higher multiplier. And of course, then in the final 15 days, it goes to 1.1 to 2 to get a higher multiplier. So it's a little bit harder there. Whether using some sort of bell curve allocation, that may be the case, so we'll see how that goes. But in any case, getting in early is better. So you've got 2 more days, day 14, day 15, to have a better chance of getting a multiplier if you're doing over $1,000. If you're not doing over $1,000, then you probably don't have to worry too much when you sacrifice. Now, when you do that, though, if you do get in early, you get to keep the multiplier all the way through. So if you decide to top up your sacrifice later on, you're still going to get that early multiplier bonus, what we call bonus X in there as well. So there's 2 bonuses, the referral link, 90%, and the bonus X, which is a random number given to you between 1.5 and 2. You can see that a number of people, this person at the top here has got 1.55. They use the referral code of 19%. So that's kind of them at the moment. You can see other ones down here. This person here only uses a referral code with 7%. So don't do that. That's just silly. You got a 19% one in the video description there you can use, which is basically at the top. And of course, then you'll get if you do over 1,000, you get a random number. In any case, if you're not doing over 1,000, get the highest referral you can. And there's a 19% one in the video description. So it's kind of an easy one to do there. Now, if you take that, of course, this is your base amount with the inclusive of the referral bonus. If you do over $1,000, you'll have a random bonus X number there between 1.5 and 2. And of course, that's huge, right? This guy here went from $4,857 to $8,209. So it really is a big deal there. Let me just scroll that up a bit there. It really is a big deal. 4,837. He ended up with 8,209 because he did over $1,000. He got that extra bonus, that second bonus, which is pretty powerful. Now, for every dollar that you sacrifice, you get 20 algo tokens, which is what you use for issuing the stablecoin. You get 200 flex tokens, which is the incentive token, which is pretty cool. And here's the kicker. A lot of people don't understand, but whatever you do on the platform, you're going to be earning flex. You buy and sell on the platform, you earn flex. You're going to be staking, you earn flex. There's so much flex around, you're going to be able to earn that. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, who else is using something like this? 9mm is using something like this, right? You play around, you do swap and liquidity, you're going to get the 9mm token. Well, in here, you get flex, but this is a bit better, right? This is a stable coin system as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. And of course, if this works very well, then some of the big players might come to use it in terms of the stable coin because they'll see it peak very well and they want to participate there. And look what happened to some of these prices, like how Luna went up, but this could do amazing for algo. So looking forward to that. Now, obviously, with that allocation of tokens that you get for every dollar sacrificed, if you get these multiplier bonuses, you get a huge number here. So this guy did 8,200. He got that 7% referral and a 1.69 multiplier. He ended up getting 164,000 algo tokens. He ended up getting 1.6 million flex tokens, and he got 82 wrapped PUSD tokens there as well. So it's pretty neat there. I love this slide here, the dashboard. I've got little videos coming out at the moment. You can obviously mint the stable coin here, algo to Pulse. You can go into the stability miner and put liquidity in. And of course, they're going to have a whole range of liquidity you can put in there, a whole ton of stuff. And of course, you can lock away for different periods of time and get paid for doing so, right? So it's going to be pretty cool as the stability miner there goes and supports that stablecoin. They're going to have earning, of course. You're going to be able to earn. And of course, you're going to be able to earn flex on anything that you're kind of doing on here. Going to be pretty neat. You're going to be able to stake your algo and your PUSD. And of course, earn algo and PUSD there. And of course, you can set the end date on this. Going to be pretty cool for that as well. And of course, you'll be able to redeem your wrapped PUSD there as well. Your Pulse to algo. You can revert that back. And of course, you'll be able to swap, buy, and sell tokens as well. And of course, a good chance. We've already seen interest from Petius, of course, Dex Aggregator, PHUX, of course, the Balancer Fork, the second biggest TVL, has contacted the team as well. So there's a lot of interest in this. So it's going to be fun to see it play out. And I think it's just one of the great opportunities coming from Jacob's ecosystem. And hopefully we're going to get him on again tomorrow with Abit, who's now the community lead there, and get more into that. So yeah, do your financial due diligence. Nothing on this channel is investment advice, of course. This is a bit more speculative. The technology is kind of new. The tokenomics is new. It's going to have a buy and burn on this as well as the V3 DEX and all the rest of the cool stability miner mechanisms. So fun times ahead. All right, that is that. Let's move on, and we're going to get into the Hex Daily Stats. We got the Hex Daily Stats here, hex.com. Check it out. You buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain, then burn it for T-shares and start mining Hex. That's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the results for today. We got day 1466. Is that the final day? Yeah, that is. So we got the latest day. We didn't do yesterday's one either. So we got the 7th of December, and we got the price there at 46/100 of a penny, down 0.8% today. Today we got 6.7 on Ethereum. Yesterday we got 6.7 as well. The share rate was up a little bit yesterday, but the share rate is now at 30,905 on the old Ethereum chain. The average mine length 7.07 years, and of course the APY for existing T-share miners 39.14%. The ownership pool down 1,200 T-shares at the moment. We've got 9,719,000 T-shares. Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool with Hex in it every day, and we have an ownership pool with T-shares in it every day. You burn your Hex to get T-shares, and of course, the more T-shares you hit, the more the reward pool you get. It's that simple. And at the moment, we've got 9,700,000 T-shares in that ownership pool, all earning that Hex reward. 9.34% of Hex is locked on the old Ethereum chain. We had pretty modest penalties the last 2 days, and we got 65.3 million in that reward pool that I was telling you about, and that get allocated to the T-share miners, these guys here, and you might be able to become one of those if you buy Hex and burn your Hex for T-shares. Let's have a look at the gross numbers. We're at 22 liquid holders today on Ethereum, down 2 miners. We're at 119,666 miners currently mining that Hex out of the reward pool there. Let's go to the Pulsechain side. We've got day 209. I think it's 209. 7th of December, and the price is sitting at 85/100 of a penny. We're up 4.7% today after being down 11% yesterday. The payout per T-share is the main number you're after, is 6.66 Hex per T-share. And of course, the share rate there, no change today at 3,881. Average mine length is 6.83 years, so it's quite shorter than on Ethereum, which was 7.07 years. And the APY there, 37.41% today for existing T-share miners. Looking at the ownership pool on the Pulsechain, we got 13,500 T-shares increase. We're sitting at 9,793,000 T-shares in the old Pulsechain side, which is more than what we saw on Ethereum for Hex. And of course, let's look at the lock percentage of coins. 9.76% of all Hex is locked in the old Pulsechain. We had pretty amazing penalties the last 2 days. Look at that, it's 2.9, 3.6, but today kind of modest, 600,000 there, and we've got 65.2 million in the old reward pool there at the moment that those T-share miners are earning. Looking at the growth numbers, we're at 35 current holders on the old Pulsechain, and we're up 4 miners. We've got 124,636 miners on Pulsechain, which is about 5,000 more than we have on Ethereum. And of course, Ethereum is the original chain that Hex launched in back on the 2nd of December 2019, I should say. So there we go. And Hex is now into its 5th year. Can you believe it? It's almost like, can you believe it? 5th year for Hex. Isn't that crazy? It really is amazing. So good times, folks. And of course, Hex now is on day 1467 in the 5th year. I mean, it's a mature thing now. And of course, Pulsechain there on day 210. Isn't that pretty neat? T-shirt at the moment will cost you $144 on Ethereum and $273 on Pulsechain. So they're still relatively cheap, which means that you can get longer pays better and bigger pays better bonuses to get more T-shares. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, hex.com, folks, check it out. The link's in the video description. And if you want to ask any questions, get into our Discord because we have we have a crypto helpline. A lot of people are willing to help you. And of course, the other thing is that we are going to be covering Hex Scout, which I forgot earlier, is going to be on Saturday US time, Sunday Australasian time, and we'll be able to go through Hex Scout, which is a brand new all-in-one onboarding tool for Hex, and it is really, really beautifully done. So we'll be covering that, and then I'll be covering it sometime after here on YouTube. It's kind of exclusive content for Discord members to kick it off. So, and we're going to have a discussion about the pros and cons and stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of cool. All right, All right, so let's get into it. Let's have a quick look at the prices at the moment again, just to wrap up on the old Pulsechain. We're on day 210, can you believe it? We got the price up 2% on Pulse at 505. Pulsex is there, it's up 8% now. That's even got bigger at 142. We got incentive token there at 4.12% as well. And PHEX there is up 6.7% looking much better. They look like they're really starting to move higher there, especially as Ethereum is starting to really take a lead there in altcoin season. 2400 feels like game is on, right? Does it feel like game is on? Game is on. Infinite game on. Infinite, yeah. All right. Infinite. Let's go on my, oh, hey. Infinite game altcoin season. That's how we rock and roll. I'm getting dizzy. With that. Okay. We'll leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a fun day. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We've got Richie Robinson in the house there. Big up from the Netherlands. Superman. Hey, Richie. Big shout out to you in the Netherlands. Congratulations, by the way, on the new winner in your dominance government. I can't remember his name, but he is amazing, and he might very well save the Netherlands. Netherlands was going down fast. So was it Gert? Gert, I think his name was. So yeah, well done on that one. He may very well save the Netherlands from complete destruction. So very, very cool news for you guys. What else there? Pumpkin Hell in the house there. Hoot, hoot. Good to see you, Pumpkin Hell. Was it Hugh Jackman? No, it wasn't. I'm not. Jackman's okay, but I'm not a biggest fan. Patrick Stewart. From an actor's point of view, I really like Patrick Stewart, especially with Star Trek. Yeah. It wasn't him either. But good guesses, guys. Good guesses. Richie says his name is Gert Wilders. Yeah, he's fantastic. Congratulations. I know he's got a form of government, and but man, oh man, he may be the only guy to save the Netherlands from complete progressive nightmare. That place was in trouble. So yeah. Good news for you guys. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. An hour and 26 minutes. Man, I went overtime, but what a day. What a day. Altcoin season. Bring it on. Whee! Go Pulsechain. Go Pulsechain. Super cheap, super fast. And of course, we've got so many projects coming. We've got up over 180 on the board, and many of them still to launch. So looking forward to it. Power City coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Pulsechain's got to be the winner out of that one. And of course, Pulsechain generally with another stablecoin coming out. So the more stablecoins we have, the more potential for that to move around the system, right? Buy up the good stuff, take that stuff off the market, leverage against it again, and go buy some more. But we need a bit of an army to make that possible, to get that positive feedback loop in there. We also do need the whales to get a bit settled down a bit more. We obviously got whales that they're just pretty ruthless. We've got that. So that is going to be a limitation on Pulsechain, given the sacrifice method. We all understand that. We have understand that for a long time. But of course, we've got a lot of cool things coming. People will chase value, and we've got so many Pulsechain devs pushing value out there. We've got so many influencers, such a strong community. We will get there in the end. So looking forward to that. And there's always the wild card, as we say. There's always the wild card. All right. Thanks, Superman says, we love you. Thanks, Pumpkin Al. You're welcome. Pulsechain, Pulse Gains, says Brennan. Absolutely. Yeah, Power City. Yeah, can't wait for it as well. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now. Peace out. Let's play out some music to rock and roll, since it's been quite the party day. Let's get into it. Actually, I need to go to my documents and find the music. I've moved everything, you see. Moved everything. Actually, no, let's play something a little different today. Let's play something different. Peace out, everybody. Take care. Bye for now. Subscribe, like, share. See you in the Discord. Wee-hee-hee.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
Arrogant. Bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All of our house money. No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.